My brothers, what's happening, man? Man, I'm not gonna lie. Today's a rough one. Feel like shit today, like some dog shit, like a big old pile. Got this big old headache today, man. And on SR, it's already kind of hard to sleep for me, at least. And lately, for the last week or so, my daughter's been having really intense growing pains, and so she's been up a lot at night. And so, man, my sleep has just been all jacked up, and I think it's just finally catching up. And man, just feeling rough today. All kinds of urges, all kinds of just chaos mentally. One of them days where you're like, man, am I even making any progress in this thing? But you just got to realize, man, it's just all this stuff piling up. It's all good. It's not how things are. It's just, a little phase. And so, and I believe we get stronger through these phases, through pushing through these dark days. And so, and that's it, man, is that, we can't give up no matter what happens. And that's part of the resilience that SR gives us. We can be sick. We can still, sickness comes, or if, just life happens and you start feeling bad, or you just have a down day, a rough day, we have the strength to face it. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to escape it. We can just sit there and just take it on the chin. Tomorrow's gonna be better. Tomorrow's gonna be better. I remember days, man, when I was so deep in PMO and in drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. I had to make every night was a party. Every night it was like the last night I was alive. You know what I'm saying? I had to enjoy every single night. How I thought I had to make the most of every night. And I can never have the mentality of, man, it'll be better tomorrow. It's all good. Just rest, Never. I always had to maximize the excitement, maximize, the high. And that's what SR gives me, man, is the space. Space, the compulsion de-escalates. You know what I'm saying? The compulsion dissipates, where you see things from a wider, clearer lens. You think you have more time in between action. You have more time before, when a desire hits you, to actually act on it. You start to think of the consequences of that action. You start to think of how it's going to affect your energy, how it's going to affect those around you, that kind of thing, before you just do something. And so that's the thing, man. The urges have been real, and they hit me really bad on days like today. Days where I'm physically not feeling good. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy for me to relapse on days like this. And because it chips away at me too. You know what I'm saying? It's just the usual kind of power, the usual fire that's there isn't really there today. You know what I'm saying? With all things considering. And that's when the urges sneak in there. I say, man, like, look how you feel. You haven't really made that much progress anyways, might as well just enjoy it. Man, you feel so bad, bro. Just give in, just have a little bit of fun, bro. A little bit of excitement, you deserve it. You deserve it. You're doing so good. You won't lose that much progress. You know what I'm saying? Just get right back on. Tomorrow is a new day. It'll use that on you too. And, nah, bro, can't do that. Can't do it, man. No matter how bad I feel right now, it'll only get 10 times worse if I relapse. That's the only scenario. It might seem like the best thing to do right now. It might seem like it'd be awesome, and man, I can just get lost for a couple hours and escape and just feel some excitement and not feel like shit anymore, But man, it comes with a high cost, brother. It comes with a high cost. And I've paid that cost too many times. Too many times, man. Too many times. And I know now, once I get on the other side of this, I'm going to be so glad I didn't give in. You know what I'm saying? My power is going to go up even more. You know what I'm saying? It'll be an even better place. Be proud of myself for not falling. Proud of myself for not giving in when it seems so easy to. You know what I'm saying? When I can justify it. And so we just keep fighting, brother. Keep fighting. I look at urges now as that's my battle right now. This is just a comparison, as in, as in our battles. But, when that urge hits, when that restlessness starts, when that pit in your stomach starts, that burning in your stomach. Mind starts flashing with images. Your mind starts replaying some of your favorite scenes. That's like pulling up to the shores of Normandy. You know what I'm saying? That's like the gate dropping on the boats. Time to hit the beach, brother. Bullets flying. You know, that's our battle. That's 100% our battle. Because if we keep losing, we die. We slowly die. We slowly waste away. You know, man, and I've hit on this before, and I've gotten hate for this before, but men in previous generations didn't have this particular temptation of unlimited high-speed porn in their pocket. As much as you want, no consequences from anybody else, you know, or immediately, you know. There's never been a time like that before. And you know, older guys will comment and they'll say, "Yeah, well, trust me, brother, it's not. We had the same stuff back in my day. We had the same exact stuff with magazines and with tapes and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you had the same thing, but not as accessible as we have it right now. You know, and so this is just, nobody prepared us for this. Nobody prepared us for this, for PMO addiction. You know, it's always that thing. I know for us millennials, it was always that thing that was kind of swept under the rug. Like everybody just started doing it, and like, you know, my parents at least didn't teach me about it. Like nobody taught us about it. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody taught us anything. You just hear about it at school, and then you start looking it up, and all of a sudden you're hooked. You know, and it's like everybody's little secret. But all that to say, man, is this is our battle. You know, if we stay in this trap, if we stay PMOing every day, man, we live a fraction of our life. We live as a shell. You know what I'm saying? It was harder to fall into traps like that back in the day, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? There weren't traps like that set for men in the way it is now. So enticing, so easily accessible, you know what I'm saying? And so this is our generation's battle. This is our generation's Normandy. You know what I mean? And the ones who overcome, the ones who fight through the dark days, the ones who storm the beach, the next era is ours. You know? We're the ones. This is the preparation battle to fight the great battle that's coming. We're the only ones that are going to be able to stand up. A lot of people are lost in the sauce right now. A lot of people are lost in the stimulation and the comfort and the pleasure. They think it's never going to end. They think that the way things are now, life's just going to keep getting better, and you know, there's never going to be any conflict, and you know, we're all safe and comfortable and stuff like that. Dude, it's not going to be like that, man. It's not for much longer. This thing's going down. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the warriors to rise. And so this is where it's at, brothers. This is where our inner man is forged, you know, through the dark days. The dark days. You don't get the magnetism, you don't get the attraction, you know what I'm saying? You don't get the physical presence of semen retention. You don't get the physical strength. You don't get the improved mental health, mental clarity. You don't get the improved awareness. You don't have the sense of purpose, the joy, the peace that comes with this practice. You don't have the inner strength without these dark days, without pushing through the urges, fighting through the urges. That doesn't mean suppressing them. You know, I've talked about that before. It's good to encourage each other, like, you know, fight through, brother, you know, fight through, keep pushing, that kind of thing. I say it as encouragement. I don't say that as like literally you suppress the urge, push the urge away. You know, we need to sit with it. You know, that's how we storm the beach. We sit with the energy and integrate it. You know, a lot of the times the energy of lust is hiding, is the forefront energy, which is hiding a lot of stuff behind it. And so a lot of times we never even uncover what that is. I know I didn't for so long uncover what's behind it because I could never sit with it. I could never get through it. As soon as it called, I answered. So I encourage you, brother. When it calls, don't answer. Sit there. It's going to be chaos, biological chaos. We sit there like a king, like a warrior. We weather the storm. We watch the internal transformations that happen. Proud of each and every one of you that is continuing on this journey and who's pushed through your dark days, and will have dark days to come. These days are what forge us. These days make us who we are. These days are what are the initiation to the benefits of SR, to the life that we deserve to live, but the life that we will reach, that we've always dreamed of. You know, so many of us have been caught in this addiction. We've always dreamed our whole lives of becoming these men that are fearless and courageous, you know what I'm saying? And brave and capable, with purpose and strong, you know? And it's like always been a dream. It's always been a fleeting thought, you know? Something that was almost never achievable, something we thought we could never achieve. Then we found the gold mine. We found semen retention, the gem, the ultimate road. We found out how to plug up our energy leaks, how to cultivate our energy and build our energy. As the energy rises and ascends, as the fire burns more intensely, it burns away all that we're not supposed to be. It heals and rejuvenates parts of ourselves that have been long forgotten. They come out anew. And then life begins. Just in time for the greatest shift ever in human history that's about to happen. It's a wild time. You don't got to look far to see it. Spend a couple minutes on YouTube, even the news, you know? It's a wild world out there. It's a wild world. There's a collective restlessness, a collective angst, collective chaos, you know? We may be at the tipping point here soon. Maybe at the boiling point. So, while the day is still ours, while we are still able to do what we like and, you know, have control of our days, we prepare, we retain, we build, we ascend. Love you, brothers. Your support means everything to me. I appreciate y'all. I couldn't skip a day, man. Had to make another video, and hopefully this came out in a way that's motivational, inspiring. You know, not every day is all sunshine and rainbows, you know, but not every day has to be. We can still use that as to grow. You know what I'm saying? We're still rising, baby. We're still going. We're still on the train. The power is rising. You know, after I get through this, it'll be on to new levels. So there's always hope, brothers. There's always hope, and you're on the path of it. You're on the path of greatness, the path of life of your dreams, on the path to a mind that's actually really nice to be in. We don't have to escape from anything anymore. We can face everything. We can take control of our reality. Much love, brothers. Have a good night.